Hi everyone, welcome back to Monday Meds. I hope your week is off to a great start. Happy Monday to you all. Yes, and happy spring to all of you, especially those of you in North America. Yes, it's spring, and it has sprung here in Jamaica. I'll show you a pic. Next week, I'll definitely give you more views of spring here in Jamaica. So I know many of you have been enjoying the women's health feature, and I know I saw your questions. When will we have a feature or features on men's health? I know, Colin, you're looking forward to that. So hopefully after this series we will I hope that David will consent and will do give us men's health. Yes, tips on men's health. You know, when it comes from your own gender, it's received better. Yes, so for a woman to be sharing women's health, it's more accepted, or yes, women feel more comfortable with that. So I know as a man, more likely you would prefer a man sharing about men's health. I know you wouldn't want to hear a woman talk about men's health, right? You would probably feel uncomfortable. Well, all right, so we're going to be talking about women's health. And if you have a teen daughter, or not even a teen daughter, if you have a daughter, if you have a niece, if you even goddaughter, yes, I have many goddaughters. And if you have a teen that is in your sphere of influence, and especially if this teen doesn't have a mother, I know there are many single parent dads out there, and you could definitely use some support and some help to talk with your daughter. Yes, because it is so, like I said, it's uncomfortable for you to talk with your daughter usually about stuff about her body, and so this video is for you. This video is for you out there, teen. Yes, teen girls, even girls. Yes, young girls. This video is for you. And so keep watching. I'm your health educator, Tanisha Lawrence. And yes, this is your Monday Meds. Keep watching. So yes, if you're like me who have nieces, and yes, goddaughter, nieces, and even cousins, I would want to know that yes, they are growing up healthy. Especially in this day and age, there's so much information out there, sometimes misinformation. If you're like me, many of you may not have gotten all the health information that you needed to get from your mom. For one, she grew up in a time when her mom didn't tell her certain things. And so, yeah, for her to say that to me, it may have been uncomfortable for her too. And so the purpose of this video, yes, is to encourage us to talk with our teens, the teens that are in our lives. Yes, the female teens in our lives. Yes, we will share more for the guys. But today this is for the girls, or the gals, as as Americans or English would say. So yes, this one is for us as women, and for young women, for you girls out there who are growing up and it is confusing to understand your body. And yes, moms, this is for you to be a tool to help you to know how to relate to your teen girls, or to relate to your daughters. Now, the first thing I'm going to say to you is this: do not wait until they are 11, 12, 13, in puberty, start menstruation, that you want to tell them about their bodies and health, because that time it's kind of late. They say better late than never anyhow. But I got a principle from my husband, and I believe it's a wonderful principle. You start talking with your children from they are young. Of course, give them age appropriate information. You don't wait until they are teens to talk to them about their bodies, to talk to them about sex, to talk to them about health, development and all of that. We talk about, here in Jamaica, we talk about Oh yeah, the birds and the bees. And yes, when they are asking you a lot of questions about their bodies, that's actually a great opportunity. It's a great time. Capture that moment, capture that teachable moment to tell them and share with them about their bodies. You can even start a conversation by asking them what they think, where they think that came from, or how did their bodies, why do they have this body part, or that sort of thing. All right, so here I have one of my cosmetic bags, and yes, one of the first things you want to give your young girls, your daughters, your nieces, your goddaughters, your daughters, that you give them a cosmetic bag. Give them a cosmetic bag. It doesn't necessarily have to be as big as this one, but give them one that is easy for them to put in their school bags, their backpack. I know it's COVID time, so people, kids are home from school. But the reality is, you need to be teaching them how to be discreet, especially as they grow into being women or young women, as they're young girls growing into young woman or womanhood, adolescent. So yes, teach them to be discreet and how to protect what is private, to keep it private. So we're gonna go into our bag. This is inside my cosmetic bag, and yes, I do have quite a lot of stuff stuffed in here. This one is a little bigger bag, and we're gonna go through some of the stuff, or all of the stuff here, and we're gonna start. We are really gonna start with your hair. So we're gonna start with our hair or head, and we're gonna work our way all the way down to our feet or so toes. We are gonna go through this. It's quite a lot, so if we don't get to do everything, we'll do a part two. But for girls, when they're young, you wash their hair. Moms and aunts, yes, and caregivers, you wash their hair. Now as they grow up, you got to teach them how often they need to wash their hair. You need to wash your hair at least I would say at least twice per month, or at least once every 2 weeks. So yes, ladies, you have to encourage them to wash their hair, especially that because our hair is longer. I know different cultures, some people wash their, ladies wash their hair because of the texture of their hair. They wash their hair maybe twice a week instead of twice a month, depending on the humidity, whether the temperature is hot or cold. You may find that you tend to sweat more, and yes, you gotta bear those things in mind. But I say at least once every 2 weeks, as a baseline. All right, so you gotta definitely wash your hair, and when you wash your hair, you want to wash your hairbrush and your comb. You want to wash your hairbrush and your comb because there are follicles that come out of your hair that when you wash your hair, if you put back the brush, dirty comb in your hair, it's gonna basically it's gonna definitely cause some problems over time. And that's how people have dandruff and other illnesses or other hair problems. You definitely also want to moisturize your hair. So you can use, whether you want to use hair oil, you want to use hair moisturizer. There are many moisturizers you can use to moisturize your hair. Also, I know some people like to wear a hair scarf or a hair tam to go to bed. You can do that. It does help your hair from the grease moving to your pillow and then to your face. So that's one thing you have to bear in mind when you don't wash your hair. It can cause skin irritation and hair breakouts. As we talk about your face, we talk about washing your face. Definitely want to get a cleanser that will help to keep the pH, give you good pH balance, preferably something that is more natural. And also, you want to use cotton swab. And if you can get the witch hazel, it's actually in this bottle. You can use it to help to clean. It can act as a toner, can act to clean off the dead cells off your face, especially if you're having breakouts. Another thing, as we talk about breakouts, you can use natural everyday stuff that we use to eat. Such stuff you can use is lime or lemon. You can put it on your face if you're having a breakout, and it does help to reduce the bacteria, and it does actually dry those up, and it's great for dark spots. It actually is skin toner, natural skin toner. So yes, bear that in mind. You got to make sure that you take care of your eyes. Make sure you get enough sleep at night. And yes, you definitely, women and girls, you want to make sure you have a mirror. Make sure you have a mirror. Yes, there's a mirror in the phone there that I'm using to do this video. You want to make sure you have a mirror. You look at your face. Definitely tell yourself you're beautiful each day, and you want to make sure that you can see what is on your face, and you definitely want to wash your face. Take out those stuff out of your eyes. Yes, boogers, whatever is in your eyes. Make sure that you're ready, not just for your day, but you're ready to interact with people. All right, so as we move along, your eyes, you talk about your ears, your eyes. I mean, we're gonna do a video on just talking about hair, body hair, but that video we'll talk about that later on, sometime to come. All right, so we talk about your hair, your eyes, your nose. You definitely want to make sure you clean your nose out daily. Yes, because the dust from the environment, and even also from what's going on around us, does get up there. And yes, we do have hair in our nostrils that we need to clean out those dust particles and stuff, other toxins that may go up there. You definitely want to clean that out. All right, so we're going to talk about your mouth. Let's see what we have in here for your mouth. You definitely want to encourage your teen girls to brush their teeth daily. At least I would say you should do it twice a day, but at least if you can get them to brush their teeth even once a day, you would actually be doing something good for them. So yes, encourage them to use their toothbrush and toothpaste. To encourage them to floss. I know dentists, they encourage us to floss first, and then you brush your teeth, and then you do a mouthwash. Sometimes I do it the other way around. I brush my teeth and then I floss, and then I rinse. I feel like that's more effective, but the doctors say floss, then brush your teeth, then do your mouthwash. All right, so yes, that's you talk about the hair, the eyes, the nose, the mouth, and yes, you definitely want to brush not just your teeth. You want to brush your gums, and you want to brush your tongue. Gotta brush your tongue, ladies. Gotta brush your tongue, girls. All right, so your ears. I gotta make sure I talk about your ears because it is so important. Do you know this? Yes, more likely you know this. This is a cotton swab, and it is so important, or we call it Qtip. It is so important that you know how to use this. Teach your girls that they should never put this in their ears without wetting it. Yes, you have to make sure you wet the tip. I would recommend using oil. You can use olive oil. If not, you can use plain water. You have to make sure you encourage, not just girls, but encourage us as women to, if you're going to use this Q-tip in your ears, you make sure that you use it on the outer part of the ear. And if you're going to put it in the inner ear, that you wet it. Very important, because this white cotton swab there can actually get stuck in your ears. That's why they say you shouldn't stick it in your inner ear, because it can get stuck in there and it can cause big problems. Big problems. I'm talking from experience. Yes, big problems. And if it gets stuck in there, it's hard to get it out. One of the things that you can use if it gets stuck in there, if you forget and get stuck, that you can put some olive oil. Drop the olive oil in the ear, or you can just go wash your hair or drop some water in your ears. Once you wash your hair, the water will go in your ears and it would actually help to stimulate getting the Q-tip out. Very, 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 very vital. I cannot stress it enough. As we move down or move through the body, I must say this right here, that even you new moms of daughters, you can start talking with your babies. Yes, as you talk with them, as you clean them up, you can definitely tell them why mommy is cleaning you up, why you are doing this, and let them know that, yeah, remember, you're their first teacher. You should be their first teacher. So yes, that is appropriate that you can. And don't think that they are babies so they won't understand. Definitely tell them now. They will get it when, and that's where you can actually reinforce it then what you would have said to them while they're babies. All right, so as we move along the body, yes, you have to prepare moms and aunts and even grandma you have to prepare your young girls for puberty. Um, Children are having puberty or entering into puberty like from 7, 8 years old. That means you need to really start teaching them about these things before that, because you don't know when they will really enter into puberty. Yes, you can see signs. One of the signs you can see is when you are bathing them. You may see their bust develop. You may see underarm here. Yes, you may see, and usually the underarm usually gets here before the pubic hair. And so yes, you definitely need to be aware of what's happening to your girls' bodies and prepare them for that. You have to prepare them for puberty. And in puberty they will go through not just growth, body growth, but yes, the part of which they will need to use one of this. Yes, can you see it? Yeah, they'll need to use one of this. Yeah, this is a sanitary napkin or a pad. Yes, very vital. And yeah, they may need to use one of this too. This is Pantyliner. Yes, Pantyliners. So yes, you got to teach them how to use these products. Don't wait for the guidance counselor at school to teach them these things. They should be getting this information from you. Now let them know the purpose of the Pantyliner, that yes, there are times when they may have spotting, they may have discharge from their vagina. That's normal. That they can use the panty liner, the pad, sanitary pad. Now you got to tell them that yes, there comes a time when they're growing up and their body is changing, and they will need to carry pads in there. So that's why you need to give them a cosmetic bag very early. So, and give them that, prepare them, help them to pack it. Yes, it could be an activity that you do with them. And so it is a way of preparing them for womanhood. And so yes, let them know that it's part of developing, and as women we definitely need to prepare for a period or for menstruation, and let them know that yes, there comes a time when they will have blood coming from their vagina, and that's normal. Tell them if this doesn't happen, it means that something is wrong. If it doesn't happen to them, especially up to their teen years, something is not right with your body. They gotta go to the doctor and check it out. All right, so you gotta prepare them for these things. And yes, as you talk to them about the pads, when they start menstruating, they may have a menstruation between 4 to 7 days. Let them know that they need to change their pad. They say 4 to 6 hours, depending on the flow. I would say every 2 to 3 hours to keep it simple for them. Especially depending on the flow. If they have a heavy flow, they will need to use more pads. Mind you, that's a lot of pads to go through each day, and then when they're going to bed, you gotta let them know that yes, they need to change it, make sure it's clean before they go to bed, because they're gonna be in bed for 8 hours, and yes, they may not get up to change their pad. So definitely talk with them about these things. Yes, it is important. I know it can be uncomfortable, and that is why you should start that conversation early. That way you can know how to relate. Yes, as it relates to menstruation and going through that preparation, I know some people promote using tampons. It's not one that I promote. For one, it's very uncomfortable and it's not easy to use. So I mean, if you want to teach your daughter, or encourage your daughter how to use that, you got to make sure that you give her the vital information that if it stays into the vagina too long, it can be very toxic. I mean, it can be probably very toxic. I haven't done much research on that part, but I know that I've heard of cases where women get adverse side effects from keeping in the tampon too long. All right, so we've talked a lot about women's health, or young women's health, teens' health. And one of the main things I must reiterate that in teaching your young girls about puberty, menstruation, wearing a pad or tampon if you choose, is that you got to encourage them that they need to change their pad and their tampon very regularly, in that bacteria can grow on the pad because you're dealing with blood. I know, guys, it's not pleasant, and it can cause infection, yeast infection, along with other infections. And so that is very vital that you encourage your teen girls to change their pads regularly. Also, as we talk about pubic area and working on taking care of your pubic area, it's important for us to teach girls how to use this, how to use a toilet paper, how to use a toilet tissue. It is important that we teach them that they should not wipe from back to front, but wipe from front to back. So have their hand like this underneath, so they wipe from front to back, wipe from front to back. Yes, so put their hand behind them and wipe from front to back. That way it helps to prevent infection and help to prevent waste matters from the anus to the vaginal area. So important. It's better it comes from the vaginal area or vaginal area to the anus than the other way around. Very important, because many women develop infections this way because they're not wiping properly or wiping the right way. So definitely help your young girls to know this, not just when they are menstruating, but know this before even puberty. Very important. Very, very, very important. Yes, also as young girls, we need to encourage them to make sure that they have an underwear in their bag or in their cosmetic bag. It is so important, not just for menstruation, but that's very vital that they have it, because you never know, you can have a spill, you may have an accident or something, but it's also important to encourage them to have it, because we never know when as women we'll have an accident or have a need that we need to change our underwear. But most times when we encourage young girls to have extra underwear in their bags, we encourage them, especially around menstruation. All right, but it's very important to encourage them to have an underwear regardless whether or not they start menstruating. Yes, you have to build a relationship with your girls, with your daughters, with your nieces, that you can teach them these things. I mean, for someone to just walk up to me and be telling me some personal stuff or something personal about my body, it can be uncomfortable, right? So you have to build a relationship with them so they will readily accept what you're teaching them, and they will not just accept it, but they'll be willing to do it. As we go down the body, you have to encourage your young girls when they're bathing themselves, that they need to make sure they wash under their arm. Yes, underarm, very important. And also they got to dry it properly. And yes, use a deodorant. Use a deodorant. Very, very important. And I would say use an aluminum-free deodorant. I know it's not easily accessible, especially here in Jamaica. So and if it is accessible, it's usually very expensive, or more, like maybe 3 times the regular deodorant. But it's worth the investment. It is worth the investment, because many studies are out there that shows a connection between your deodorant and breast cancer. So you got to be careful of that. And even as we talk about your underarm, yes, you can encourage them to shave when they have hair under their arm. And also, if you can get the shaving cream, that would be good. If not, you can teach them when they're showering. Yes, they definitely need to use a wash rag or a cloth to shower with, and a bath soap. Or if you use shower gel, just be careful. Encourage them to be careful with the shower gels, because the shower gels can actually get rid of a lot of natural oils and a lot of natural oils and minerals, nutrients out of the body or from the skin. So they got to be careful about that. And yes, you can use a lather the soap, and use the razor to lather under the arm and shave while they're in the shower if you don't have a shaving cream. Yes, you gotta improvise. You definitely have to improvise. And yes, as we talk about breast cancer, I have done videos on breast cancer awareness before. So yes, I'll share it in the description section of this video. You can definitely check them out. Check out that playlist. Also, talk about breasts. Yes, they will develop breasts. Their breasts will develop because they have breasts. They were born with it. They will develop breasts. Their breasts will develop, and it is important for you to help them to know that their breasts will get bigger and they will need to wear a bra. It is important for you to take them bra shopping. They do have the trainer bra, and then you can, as they grow and develop, you'll need to help them to find the right bra. The right bra will give you some space, give your breast some space. Your bra should not be squeezing your breast that you know how some women like to show cleavage. Yes, your bra should not, if you're wearing the right bra, it should not be squeezing your breast to the point that your cleavage is up and showing. It shows that you're not wearing the right bra. I know they do have bras with push-up. They have the push-up bra. I know that they do have those, and those are made specifically for your breasts to be pushed up and to show cleavage. So you gotta be aware of these things. Yes, as women, we gotta be aware so we can share with our daughters or nieces, and yes, our granddaughters. All right, so we have said a lot, we've shared a lot, but we did say we're gonna go to the toes, and we did stop. We were at the pubic area. All right, so we'll talk about the skin. It is important for you to encourage your girls to moisturize your skin. Yes, and as we move down to the toes. Yes, it's important. At nails, we need to talk about the nails and the toes. The fingernails, toenails, very important. You gotta take care of your nails. You gotta cut your nails regularly. You need to use a nail file. Yes, you need to get a manicure kit, manicure set, very important. With nail clip, nail file, and keep those nails low. I know many girls and many young women and girls like to keep long nails. They like to put on extensions. Yes, I know, I've seen it. Very young girls are doing that. But as we talk about the toes, yes, my husband reminded me that it's important for you to encourage the girls to wash between their toes. Yes, I know it's important. We always wash over, we shower and we wash our feet. Sometimes we don't wash our feet, but we need to wash our feet and wash between our toes and dry them, right, David? And dry them. So yes, you gotta dry between your toes. Yeah, we gotta take care of our feet. One, they take us around, so we gotta make sure we take care of our feet. So yes, very important tips, very, very important tips, and I hope and pray you will share them with the girls in your life, share them with your daughters, share them with your nieces, share them with your granddaughters. Yeah, their daughters too, right? Share them with all the girls that you have connection with. You never know. It may make a difference in one person's life. You just never know. It may make a difference in so many lives to come. You just never know. Keep watching. Yes, there's so much more we could go into and talk about teens' health. We probably need to do a part 2, but one of the main things that I want, separate from the pad issue, is that I want us to encourage your girls to eat well. Eat breakfast. They need to eat breakfast. They need to eat well. They need to avoid, especially as they grow, avoid sweets as much as possible. Avoid drinking sodas. They need a lot more water. 10 to 12 cups of water, especially for a developing young woman. Yes, very vital. We need adequate sleep, adequate rest. Yes, encourage them or take those phones away, turn them off at a certain time. Remember, they are your children. They are still children. They need guidance. They need help in growing into womanhood. There is childhood, and there's adolescence or adolescent or adolescent or adolescence, and then you have womanhood. And so that period of adolescent or adolescence, they need a lot of guidance. They may rebel, but they need the guidance. So give them the guidance. Don't be their friends per se and not tell them the right thing or tell them the truth, but give them the guidance they need. One day they will thank you for it. So yes, I will wrap up right here because I know I've said a lot. You guys who are watching, aren't you happy you're not a woman or you're not a woman? Yes, being a woman, it's not easy. I didn't even go into the emotional part of women's health. I probably will do a part 2 on this because it is very important for us to teach our girls on how to manage their emotional and mental health as they grow up. All right, so God said in Psalm 139 verse 14 that I am, the psalmist says, I am fearfully and wonderfully made. So God made you a girl, God made you a woman for a purpose, a wonderful purpose. Yes, if God wanted you to be a woman, he would have made you a woman. Yes, and you guys, God made you a man. So yes, or he made you a boy and you grew up to be a man. And so God has a purpose for your life. Do not let anyone tell you otherwise. I pray you'll have a wonderful week, everyone. Have a safe week and a blessed week, and God be with you. Thanks for watching. Be sure to like, share, comment, subscribe, and follow us on all our social media platforms.